School violence is on people's minds now more than ever. In fact, in the last 10 years, there have been 111 school shootings in our country. 6 were in Michigan and 12 happened this year alone. Well, we wanted to know, how safe are our schools? Obeying all posted signs, we tried to enter half a dozen northern Michigan schools to see how far we could get before being stopped. Here are the results of our security test. We outfitted our producer with 2 small cameras. He'll try to walk into schools through outside doors, but legally he has to obey all posted signs. First up, a school in Traverse City. The side doors are locked and there are no outside signs directing visitors to the office.
Oh, thank you.
Seconds later, our producer is led in by a group of students. He walks through several wings of the school, passing students, classrooms, and staff. 8 minutes later, a staff member approaches him.
For the main office. I'm not sure exactly. I'm a little lost. I'm very lost.
This staff member points him in the direction of the office. The test over, we shared the video with Superintendent Steve Cousins, the head of Traverse City Schools.
Well, my first reaction is that I'm happy that our staff responded the way that we would expect them to when they saw a person in the building that they didn't recognize. They approached them and then followed the proper procedures. I think that the ability to get into the building through a student opening the door demonstrates that there's more work we got to do with our kids in regard to the safety of the building.
It's the same thing in another school in Traverse City. Locked doors, but no signs.
Thank you.
But again, a student lets him in. The office is straight ahead, but to get there, he has to pass nearly half a dozen classrooms and students. On to a school in Leelanau County. A side door's locked, so we walk in the main door where signs point us to the office. Same results at a school in Antrim County.
Can I help you, sir? Yes.
And in Charlevoix County. The tightest security we found was at Petoskey High School. We could not get in any side door, and inside the front door, there were physical barriers leading to the office.
That was a design that we worked on this summer or 2 ago, I think it was. It was one of the upgrades in security that we worked on. Well, we actually channeled all the traffic through, so during the school day, any visitor has to come right through the high school office. We put an extra set of doors in there so you couldn't get into the hallway.
The state of Michigan now requires 1 lockdown drill per year at every school. As Traverse City remodels schools, they add cameras to most entryways and monitors in the office. There are also 2 sheriff's deputies that patrol the district.
They work hand in hand with the school. They address safety problems, they address criminal problems, they address civil issues that the students or staff may have.
Both Alger and Cousins say security overall has tightened, but they've also had to do it with less.
In 2010, due to budget restrictions, we had to remove the school liaison officers from individual schools, and now we have an officer on the east side and the west side.
A new school will have a direct line of sight from the main entrance to the office. Any building that we reconstruct or remodel, we put those features in. That was a major point of our last bond issue that failed in November, and that was making some of these kinds of changes.
That aside, both Alger and Cousins agree that in today's world, students are more aware. But making sure kids are applying caution in their everyday lives is the next step.
No matter what the person looks like on the other side of that door, do not open the door.
And the superintendent says they're taking action.
Since you guys contacted me and let me know that this occurred, I've talked to the principal of that school and about what steps could we take to beef up our conversation with our students. And then our chief of schools, Senator Scott, will take that issue up with all of our principals. We can take the next step and work with our kids so that they understand the same safety measures.
Now, the schools with entrances that aren't right by the office have made significant changes to overcome that design. In fact, the school in Charlevoix has put cameras at every point of entry. And all of the school superintendents we spoke with said that security is their #1 priority.